Welcome back to Hilly Farms in the Fraser Valley in British Columbia, Canada. This is the second testing update and I've been working on production, so I'm going to show off the concrete production line. So hopefully you've been able to tell from the other videos, this map is definitely intended to be a farming first map, but I also wanted to have just a couple of productions on it that were very interactive and hands-on, so they just added in an extra element of life to the map. So I don't know if I've achieved it, but this is what I've come up with, a big jumble of Giant's assets that kind of resembles a cement and concrete and lime factory. Over here is the quarry as well, where you can dig out stones. These are also just the same as your field stones. And over here is limestone. You dig those out, drop them into these two crushers, then these crushers will crush the stone, and these conveyors are all animated, and they'll move the stone in different directions. Eventually you'll get it to these conveyors, which you can get inside and then move left and right and direct which bunker that you want things stored in. Once you've got these intermediate ingredients all set up, then you can put various recipes into this crusher, and that will get you both lime, which comes out over here, and cement, and more lime comes out over this side, and through here is where the concrete mixer trucks will drive at the very end on their way out to a construction site nearby. So if you were just wondering about the title and wondering what was going on here, then I've just given you a rundown about everything. The rest of this video will be mainly for testers, going into a bit more detail on exactly where everything is and what order things need to be done in. So my testers can know what's going on basically and give me some pointers. For that reason, almost everything is subject to change, but the main theme of it will stay the same. So if you're into nerdy farm sim stuff, hang around. And this is everything that's happening in the production line. It's much simpler than it looks. I'm going to break it down into 4 simple production lines and 1 sell point. The reason there are 5 stages is so players can buy into the production line bit by bit, even early in the save game. Anyway, if you want to have a closer look at this chart, press pause. And Stage 1 are co-op prices. You don't actually need to buy the land, you just need to become a member of the co-op to get good prices. Okay, so most of these vehicles that you're about to see are just for demo. You can do it any way that you want to do it, and we'll get to that later. Firstly, let's role play a little bit. Maybe you're a farmer who has a little bit of spare cash, and you want to invest it in something that's going to reduce your farm's overhead. If you come up here to the co-op and become a co-op member, you've heard that you can get very ludicrously cheap lime, and you thought that was a good deal. So here we are up at the co-op, and at the moment we don't have access to this weighbridge. Well, we can go onto the weighbridge, but we can't actually open the barriers at the moment. And that's because at the moment we're not actually members of the co-op. So the way we join the co-op is by coming into the real estate or the farmland screen, and you can see here that field 73 here is worth 400,000 and 74 is 500,000. So the mine here, or the cement factory, is only $50,000, and the reason it's so cheap is, like I said, this is role-playing your membership to the cooperative. Let's buy this. Now once we've brought this, we can drive into the co-op and fill up with very cheap lime. And just around the corner here, in the second of the two drop points, just put forward a little bit more, we can now fill up with lime. And you can see there that the lime isn't coming out properly. I'll put that on the bug list. And we'll be getting this lime for a very cheap price. I think it's 60 or 70% off, or anyway, those numbers might change. That's stage 1. And stage 2 is lime production. Free lime is definitely better than cheap lime. So the next step in your co-op membership is to help manage the production of lime, and in return you can use it on your farm for free. So this is the limestone texture and limestone that you'll be digging out of the quarry, and I'll show you that in a minute, but first we need to go around to where we buy the lime production. And here, the first of the two wrenches, you'll see crushed lime production for $50,000. So this is the production line that we just brought. It's fairly straightforward, just limestone to crushed lime, and then crushed lime into the furnace to be turned into lime. And then you've got the option to shortcut past the crushed lime stage and jump straight from limestone to lime, but that'll cost you a little bit more in operating costs. And as you can see here, we now have crushed limestone production. The first one here is the limestone to crushed limestone. That's sort of the proper way of doing it. This one is, the bottom one is direct limestone to lime, and you can see there it costs quite a bit more. And then the middle one, limestone production, I'll show you in a moment. The first step is to jump into the truck. You can see we've got limestone in there now, and it is crushing away. And we're in flight mode. There is a way of doing this properly, but it's just easier to do it in flight mode for a quick video. These conveyor belts are they're a mod. They're based on the in-game conveyors, obviously, but this mod has a better pickup range, and they can also run when you're not actually in them, which is pretty important for what we're about to do. So as you can see here, they're up on the platform. If you, won't bother telling you the buttons, but if you activate this mode, then you can turn it left and right, and then if you put it back into straight mode, then you can move it forward and backwards a bit as well. And at the moment, we don't have, I'm trying to access the load menu, and at the moment it's not letting me do it. But if we back up a little bit, there we go. So there are actually two triggers there. We'll get to that in a minute. And for some reason we don't have crushed limestone. Oh, that's because I didn't actually turn it on. And if I speed up time a little bit, we'll actually get some. And there we go, we've got crushed limestone, and as you can see there from the animation, the conveyor belt is all fully animated from the crusher all the way up to the drivable conveyor, and we can dump it into these pits. As you can see, the map comes with just a little bit of stone in each of them. So now we have a bit of crushed limestone. We can make some actual lime, and that's as simple as digging it out of this bunker and dropping it into the furnace hopper here. And now we can turn on the middle production here, and this will convert the crushed limestone into lime. Okay, while the lime is building up there, I'll go around and show you where we can unload it. The lime storage point is slightly different than from the other locations, just because it can be used for your farm or what have you. This is the output for it. I don't actually have a marker there for it yet, but let's go and grab our trusty truck from before. Before you wanted as a farmer was before you wanted from this production as a farmer was the lime, then all you need to do is turn up here and there you go, you're unloading it. And even this has got its own conveyor belt animation, but that's not the only thing you can do with the lime here. So we'll get the farm truck out of the way. If you have run out of storage in these three big storage containers, which I haven't actually worked out what the volume of that storage will be yet, but if you run out of storage in there and you feel the urge, then you can grab this conveyor, and if I remember how to do it, it has been a while. That's right, there we go, and now we're unloading the conveyor belt into the lime storage bunker, and then at a later date you can come back and load this lime up for your farm. So that's it for stage 2. Okay, that brings us up to stage 3. Stage 3 is sand and gravel, stockpiling and selling. Okay, stage 3 is not that much different to stage 2. This time we're just turning stones into gravel and sand and garden stones. And to do that, first we need to buy the production, which is this one here, and it too is just $50,000. And as you can see here, this is also just a very, very simple production. It is stones into gravel and sand, and then there's also garden stones. Garden stones can be anything you really want it to be. I kind of see these crushers more as a sorter as well. So maybe the sorter picks out stones that are of a nice grade for, I don't know, for gardens and garden beds and garden edges or something like that. So now that we have a little bit of sand in the crusher, we can jump into this conveyor, and you can see here that we have access to both the sand and the gravel. But like I was saying before, you can also unload the lime and limestone, if I remember where it is. I think it's backwards, maybe. There it is. So we've got access to the limestone and lime through here as well. And if we just move forward a little bit, gravel and sand now. So that's true of both this conveyor and the one on the other side. So we might as well get some sand pouring out of this one. And yeah, this will show you a slight bug, I guess, of this system. It's not really a bug, but it isn't very realistic. It's just that we can now also unload gravel. You can see over in the distance there that sand is unloading and gravel is unloading at the same time from the same conveyor belt, which isn't very realistic, but maybe we can just role play that at these double-decker conveyor belts. There you go. So we have our gravel and we have our sand. The sand is going to be used in the production of cement, which is coming up. The gravel is going to be used in the production of concrete, which is coming up, and it can also be sold down in town, and it can also be used in the nursery production chain. And finally, you get a few, oh, something weird's going on here. I think there might be an invisible collision there. Anyway, these are the garden stones. These are somehow selected to be pretty and expensive, and there aren't too many of them, so you'll take them down to the garden store and sell them when you've got enough of them. So that is stage number 3. And stage number 4 is cement, and this is where the real money starts. Okay, up to stage 3 we have almost all the ingredients we need for cement. We've got silica from the sand just here, calcium carbonate I think it is from the lime over the other side over there, but we're missing something for its iron content, and for this map the iron content will come from clay. Again, super straightforward, everything's coming together now. You might have noticed before when we were purchasing the property, the land, that the number here is not centered in the middle of the farmland. That's because we also brought a little bit of land down at the train station, and just a reminder, this is a place filler PDA. This is a very ugly PDA that will be replaced. So yeah, let's pop down to the train station and see what's going on down there. And here we are down at the train station. We have a lot of clay here that has already been delivered and unloaded, and it's fully paid for. So if you would like to use this clay, you can just grab a truck and any type of shovel that you want to use, fill up your truck and organise the logistics for it back to the factory. If you want to skip that digging phase, then you can also just back your truck up to this unload point. The conveyor belt won't be included, so you'll need to buy that conveyor belt, but you'll be able to buy the clay at, it's not expensive, it's just something like the rail labour fees type thing. Just a little bit of an incentive to actually use the clay that I've put out on the map for you. And I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. It was just unloading the belt first, and then I needed to get it going again. So this is where you'll get your clay from. So now we have some clay up here. We do have all the things we need for the cement. The only thing we've got left to do is to actually buy the cement production, which at the moment is $500,000. I'm not sure if it'll stay that, but it'll definitely be more expensive than the other ones. And we just need to drop our 3 ingredients into the furnace crusher again, and we'll have our cement. And there we go, we've got our cement production all filled up, and it is producing cement for us. I'll go around and show you where we get that out now. And there we go, we've got our cement. If I fast forward time a little bit, we'll even get a little bit more. Okay, that's the end of stage 4. And finally we're up to stage 5, the last step. We're up to concrete. So we've got our fresh load of cement here, which we'll transport around to the front for the cement production. And this last step is kind of the reason I made this whole production in the first place. I think it would be really cool to have everything... Oh, crash counter +2. I think it'd be really cool to have everything all set up and fully stocked and pumping and getting those concrete mixers on a auto drive course down to a a construction site sell point or something like that. Yeah, so that was one of the main reasons for making this whole production setup. The ingredients for concrete are cement, water and gravel. So since the wheel loader's in the way, we might as well start with the gravel. And you kind of get the drill now. Oh, this is I've done this a couple of times, but I'm not going to edit this one out. I keep doing it. It was because I forgot to actually buy the production. This is the production for the concrete, and you'll see I've currently got it set for $1 million. Not sure if it'll stay that high, but it'll be higher because concrete is it's going to be a good money maker. It's not accepting all of our gravel because this bucket is too big. So this is part of the balancing that will still need to be fixed. We've got some gravel in there. We'll get the wheel loader out of the way now. Drop in the concrete. It would be possible, of course, to distribute this concrete to the cement. So it would avoid you needing to drop it into the crusher again. And in fact, you could use the distribute function basically at any time. You can see there on the right hand side that we've got it set to storing at the moment. That's how all of this has been set up to work. But yeah, you can use distribute at any point to make this as easy and as fun as you want to make it. Now that we have the cement in there, we can finally make it round to, the trucks that I prepared for us earlier. So we've got the water here. Don't actually have a place for the water to be picked up on the map yet, but I'll build some sort of treatment plant or something like that. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you think about having to supply water to the factory. I think it will probably need quite a bit, and yeah, it'll be something again to put onto an auto load. It'll be something to put onto an auto drive route. And with enough water in there, finally we get to get our mixer trucks through. These mixer trucks are from FS Miner. FS Miner's got an awesome YouTube channel and website. I'm not sure if there are actually concrete mixer trucks available on the Mod Hub. I don't think there are. But this is an alternative. You could always just use bulk trailers as well, I guess. Okay, now that we've run time forward a little bit, we should be getting, there we go, first try. We're getting our cement out. I think that's pretty cool. So that is my cement factory and concrete and quarry and all that. And now that the concrete mixer is all full, we can go out and find a construction site to make the most money from. I'm going to cut this video short here. There's been a bunch of other stuff I've been working on as well, the nursery and the border trees as well. But I'm going to make another video about that really soon and try and keep this one as short as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe and all that stuff, and if you haven't gone over and checked out Patreon, please do. I'd love some support over there. Any support you can throw this way will really help getting this map across the line. It's dawning on me every single day how much of a big job it is to get a map like this done, so Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you can't afford to get over to Patreon. Thank you.